Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you're watching Open. It's a beautiful thing. Coming up on today's show, we'll shine a light on the work that the CEO and co-founders of a local business is doing in the world of fashion and culture as he celebrates over 7 years in the business, and he's no stranger to the show. After that, we'll be joined by an entrepreneur and cancer survivor who will share tips and secrets on the holistic benefits of cacao. And then plus, we'll sit down with the founder and CEO of a minority and women-owned business impact tourism company that is committed to environmental sustainability and elevation of local community economies. And finally, we'll hear from the co-founders of an organization that is encouraging us to get out and run while raising awareness of suicide and mental health. So stay tuned, kick off your shoes and relax your feet. We're wide open. Here we go. We do it just like this. There you go. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx to New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Now, leading things off, our first guest is no stranger to the show. In fact, he was here. He did his first interview on BronxNet. The CEO and co-founder of Bronx Native, and he joins us to speak about how him and his organization, his team, Bronx Native, will be celebrating over 7 years of Bronx Native and so much more. So please welcome to the show. Here he is, Amaurys Grullon.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome.
No, thanks for having me. Like you said, our first ever interview was right here, Open, with you, Bob Lee. And thank you. It's been 7 years that we've been doing this. So thank you so much for having me back. Shout out BronxNet.
BronxNet. Yes. And your whole team that's been working with you to make it all happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's been a journey, and we love the journey. It's been 7 years of Bronx Native. We like to say it's more than a movement. It's more than, we are making it happen here, and it takes all of us, our community, and it takes a lot, but we here 7 years.
Well, you know what it takes now because now you've been doing it for a while. 7 years is a lucky number.
Yes, lucky 7.
So what are some of the things that you've been doing since the last time you appeared on this show?
Yeah, no, we've been doing a lot. 2024, we've released a couple of projects, one of them being the BX Writer Anthology, Volume 2.
What?
Yes. We've been, having our open mic series that we have once a month in front of the shop to promote up-and-coming artists and local vendors and stuff like that. And just, creating Bronx pride, making it happen, creating social impact, and showing the Bronx, everything that they can do. You know what I mean? We got to make it happen. So let's get it.
Any outstanding people that you've discovered during the open mics?
Yes, no, we've had, people that have been signed, to major labels, people that have buzz around them, people that are making it happen in the light feet world, people that are, R&B, rappers, and it's been a beautiful thing. We have so much talent, so much ambition, creativity here in the Bronx, and for us to create these inclusive platforms for expression, for elevation, for breaking bread, it's a beautiful thing to see.
Amaurys, what do you have planned for the next few years? I'm not going to say 7. I'm going to say next few.
Next few years. Yeah, no, we are doing a lot, I want, when people think about the Bronx, I want them to think about Bronx Native. Bronx Native is a brand that represents our people, our culture, our flavors, not only through merchandise, which we do, but also through fashion, through culture, through community. And we have all these different things going on. We have a recording studio called Tag Up Studios, we have a print shop, where we are printing merchandise for organizations, for other brands. And like I said, it's a movement here. And not forgetting our nonprofit branch called Change the Narrative, which we are doing a lot of work with that initiative as well.
What's that all about?
It's about making sure that we're changing our narrative. You know, a lot of times communities like ours, you know, we have these negative stigmas, you know, systematically, historically, and we're trying to, you know, change that mode, right? We champion entrepreneurship, we champion creativity, we do a lot of things with the youth, right? Showcasing and showing the youth that they can make it happen right here in the Bronx.
You got to get them while they're young.
Yes,
you know?
yes,
I mean, they're still moldable in elementary and junior high school,
Yeah.
but once they get into high school and college, they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
I know what I want to do, or I think I know what I want to do.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's about planting those seeds and showing them people like them can make it happen in these fields, right? We can have a clothing brand. We can create impact. We can do things culturally and pop and all these things and still, you know, make an impact in your community.
Yeah, and let them know that a lot of these artists have come through you.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
a lot, we see them on TV, we meet them.
Yes.
We hear them on radio. We met a lot of them. And
Yeah.
guess what? They do the same things you do.
Yeah, yeah,
They
we
go to
hear-
the bathroom, they eat, they do everything that you do.
Yeah, yeah.
But they just had a burning desire to become the person that they wanted
Yeah,
to do. And
yeah,
you can
yeah.
do the same thing.
Yes, and they tap into that potential, and we're going all the way up, you know, to infinity and beyond.
Nothing can stop us.
We all the way up. Let's
Hey,
get
listen,
it.
you have a recording studio.
Yes, yes.
And a lot of people come through, so you
Yes,
get
yes.
a first-hand opportunity to see some of that talent before.
Yeah. No, and it's every time I'm around these spaces, it's inspiring, right? To see our people express themselves, right? And see the talent, see the creativity. Because you already know the Bronx keeps creating it. You already, yeah.
Man, a lot of it
Yeah.
started right here in the Bronx.
And if it wasn't for the Bronx, you know, a lot of these things wouldn't not be happening.
What
so
you talking
we're
about, Willis?
here. Facts.
But listen,
Yeah.
so, but are you going to take people from that open mic or from the talent that
Yes.
you've discovered and bring them into the studio?
Yes, of course. So we do that. You know, we provide
You have the
recording.
studio, you're going to do the record label?
Yeah.
So-
Oh, you know, it's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming.
it's coming.
It's cooking. You know, but that's the plan, right? To create this platform to all eat together. You know, to elevate together and make sure that we have those resources so we can continue to get these W's.
Yeah.
But on our 7-year anniversary, we have a block party, which is coming up. You already know, and we have an open mic component to it, and we're going to have some headliners as well, people that we've seen in the previous open mics that have kind of, you know, won their seat, you know, to be a performer and to be a headliner for our event coming up.
Bronx Native Day.
Yes.
What's the date on that? You have a date on it
So
yet?
Bronx Native Day is officially on October 2nd, which is that was we opened up in 2017, October 2nd, and a couple of years ago, Ruben Diaz Jr., the ex Bronx
saw
Borough
him a couple of
president,
days ago, yeah.
he officiated October 2nd as Bronx Native Day officially. So that's our anniversary, but this year we're celebrating it on October 5th. Yeah.
Beautiful. Where's it going to be?
It's going to be at the Bronx Native Shop, 127 Lincoln Avenue. It's going to be a block party / festival. We're going to have about 20 plus local vendors. We're going to have a stage, food, drinks, performances. It's a celebration, you know what I mean?
It
You gotta
is right
pull up.
there.
Yeah, let's get it.
That's good. I mean, you know, you hit the magic word there. Some food, performances. There's a couple of magic words
Yeah,
in there.
you
that
know, a
make
couple
people
of
wanna
free
come on
vibes,
down.
a couple of complimentary things here and there. Shout out all of our sponsors, everybody that made Bronx Native Day possible this year. One of our major sponsors is NYC Votes. You know what I mean? We've been working with them throughout this whole year to make sure that, you know, communities like ours here in the Bronx are voting, making our voices heard, and just creating that change that we need.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, a couple of days after that, you have Election Day, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
November's
so
coming
that'll
up.
be a good platform right
Yeah,
there.
to
All right,
make it
don't
happen.
forget, you have to exercise
Go out
your
and
vote.
vote. Yes.
Yeah.
Exercise your civic duty.
There you go.
I got you.
took
I
it out
got
of my
you,
head.
I got you. But yeah, we're excited. We're happy. And again, you know, to be doing something like this for 7 years, you know, we would have never thought that we would have made it this far. But we're here, and it's been because of our community, because of our borough, our friends and family, and just everybody that's shown love and, you know, supported the brand. And it's only the beginning. You already know.
What do you think has contributed to the longevity of what you're doing?
Definitely. You know, I think for us, we've been able to tap into so many different pockets, right? Like I mentioned, we started creating merchandise, right, that represents represented, that inspired, that empowered our community. But we have other ventures as well with social components, like the recording studio. We do a lot of social media work as well, like content creation and influencer market. And we've been able to just kind of like, put our hands and feet into all these different things. And I like to say it's like a creative ecosystem, it's all working together towards one goal, and that's creating social impact, that's creating a sustainable business, and making sure that we're all winning, we're all elevating, and we're all making it happen.
You said the magic words in there too. People moving together in the same direction for a common cause.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Amaurys, this anthology thing that you put together.
Yes.
It incorporates writing.
Yeah.
Is it just writing in the books, or writing poems, or writing songs? And
it's a little bit of everything. Yeah, we got some photography in there as well. Shout out Josue Cáceres, BX Writers, which is the other entity that we collaborate with for this amazing project. But this talks about the mission that we have, and we're big on collaboration. We are big in working together and amplifying our voices, right? Even when you go into the shop, right? Anybody that comes in could tag up the walls, right? You can leave your mark, it's an interactive experience. And that's what hip hop is, that's what the Bronx is. It's this mixture of so many flavors, cultures, characters coming together and just becoming this beautiful thing.
Do I need a marker or a paintbrush?
You need whatever you want, bro. We gotta come.
I want to mark up the wall too.
Yeah, as you should. You have to, man. That's one of the elements of hip hop.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
we gotta,
the culture,
that's your signature right there. Bob Lee.
Yeah.
Let's get it. We need you. We need to come by. Come by on October 5th to our block party. Celebrate with us. It's gonna be a very special and magical time.
October 5th. We're gonna make sure.
Yes, indeed.
Do they have BronxNet cameras scheduled to come on down?
Yes. So, we're all scheduled. BronxNet's going to be there covering it. And shout out to BronxNet. You guys are always there to show love, to showcase what we're doing and everything. So let's get it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
We're going to have also Bronx Borough President Vanessa L. Gibson. She's given us a proclamation for that day as well. And we're going to have some other elected officials. We're going to have some media there. And it's just going to be, again, celebrating all things Bronx Native, celebrating all things us, and making sure that the Bronx is up there,
Great. Before we go, tell us what's in that shop.
Yes, in the feature, again, we have a lot of things coming up. The holiday season's coming up, you already know, which is a big time for us.
They can shop in the shop.
Of course, you can shop in the shop, come by, show love. We got a lot of amazing gifts that you can give during this holiday season, all Bronx-centric. But we got a couple of things, in the pipeline. We're working with Bay Plaza currently, the mall. So there might be some things coming up holiday season with, in collaboration with Bay Plaza. And 2025, we got a lot to come too. We got a documentary coming up. We got another book coming up, We have other projects, our open mics, We also distribute meals, and fresh produce from the Bronx Native Shop.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a collaboration with Grassroots Groceries, which is an organization that gives food for those in need. So we're doing a lot, and we're making sure that our community is our priority, and making sure we're serving them. So
I love it. Boogie Down Grind Cafe.
Yes.
How do you get them more involved?
Shout out to Boogie Down Grind Cafe. We're here. We're tapped in South Bronx, South Boogie, and South Bronx. Yeah. No, we champion small businesses. We champion entrepreneurship. We want to see all of our businesses win. We want to see all of our businesses come together and just make it happen. So shout out all of us making it happen. Yeah.
Website, social media,
yes.
Hit us off.
Let's get it. Yes, check us out, BronxNativeShop.com. You could buy some merch there. You could check out all our information. You could come by the shop, 127 Lincoln Avenue in Mott Haven, the heart of the Boogie Down Bronx. Come through, 127 Lincoln Avenue. Our social media platform at the Bronx Native on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that good stuff. Check us out, be a part of the movement, and I hope to see ya on October 5th for Bronx Native Day. You already know it's going to be a movie.
That's what's up.
Yes.
It's driving me out of my mind.
Yo, we should we got to co-host one of these days. Let's get it.
Hey. we want to get more involved in what you're doing. Of course, our house is your house. How do you say it in Spanish?
Tu casa y mi
Mi
casa.
casa. Okay.
Yeah.
Amaurys Grullon, yeah, co-founder and CEO of Bronx Native, and all the other entities that are part of what you do, man. We love what you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much, brother. Let's
You
get
got
it.
it. Come back again, all right?
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. You're.
We'll take a quick break. I've got a whole lot more coming up next. Moving together in the same direction for a common cause. Let's go.
You're.
There you go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back, everybody, of the Doc Bob Lee. Check it out. We have an entrepreneur as our next guest. She's a founder. She joins us to speak about how cacao can enhance our health and fuel our bodies in so many positive ways. So please welcome to the show, Dahiana Haidu. Dahiana, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good. Now we're talking about all this fuel. Where are we going to get this fuel from? Cacao. Talk about it. What's it all about? What did you put in it?
Well, a lot. So cacao is a super powerful, and right now we see it everywhere, right? So we know about cacao ceremonies, we hear about cacao for your health, but it brings up a lot of questions. How to drink it, how does it look like? So the first thing I wanted to share with you, it was the actual fruit. I don't know if you've seen it before, but
Oh,
this
oh
is
yes,
how
I've
the
seen that.
fruit looked before.
Yes.
So basically, it is this beautiful tree, and it pops out thousands of flowers, and only 100 of them become one of these.
Oh, wow. So where's it
So
grown?
So it is very special. It's considered a gift of the gods because it grows in the Andean mountains, where I'm from. Also, Mexicans and Incas, they claim that this beautiful fruit was from their land. So they also claim it. But if you go to Africa, West Africa has so much cacao, and they consider it a sign of wealth and abundance.
Yeah.
So also it belonged to them. Hawaii have it, DR have it. So it's kind of one of those things, everybody have it and everybody claims that it's from their land.
So it was originated from Africa. They say everything comes from Africa. So, and a lot of it came to, of course, throughout that triangle, and came to the islands, and
Yes.
came to
So
Central
the
America.
magical thing about cacao is that there is a spiritual connection to it, right? So there is even kind of, for example, the Incas even made it
Yeah.
a religion, right? Where they actually adore cacao as a god. So is the belief is that the cacao landed from the skies and provide abundance and joy and happiness and euphoria to all of these tribes. So each culture have a different story that brings us back to the cacao landed from the sky.
Yeah. So cacao is like chocolate, right? You can make chocolate out of it.
Yes. So imagine that to make chocolate, you only need 1% of cacao.
Uh-huh.
One little one from like this can actually give you a whole bar of chocolate
Wow.
because they add milk, sugar, fats, and other things. But this little bit has this strength to give flavor to a whole bar.
Wow. So, but wait a minute. Before you add all of those ingredients, it's bitter, isn't it?
Absolutely. It is bitter, but what it does in your brain and the way it activates the blood flow and is antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. It has so much potential of health that it is really, for me, it's a bitterness that kind of makes me happy and sassy.
Did did you take some of it? Did you eat some of it today or drink some of it?
Oh, absolutely. Every day, I eat the fruit. I eat the. You can eat it fresh. You can drink it. It goes through a whole process. But
Yeah.
the message come back to long time ago, somebody
Uh-huh.
went to Africa and found the power of this bean. They made it into chocolate. Everybody knows chocolate.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world knows chocolate. But people doesn't know where the chocolate come from. What does it look like before? They just know they go to the store and they buy chocolate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what it comes here is this is an actual fruit that has a spiritual connection that make us feel happy in other levels, that make you feel high without drugs. So it's something that really give you love.
Yeah. So, what are the ingredients in it? What are the medicinal purposes? Or
Hmm. You know what happened? That it is something that we are coming back to
uh-huh.
now. Scientists like me has fallen in love back to the cacao. You know, my journey brought me back to something that I was with me from childhood. And what I realized is that we are just discovering the benefits of the
Uh-huh.
cacao.
Yeah.
You know, it's limitless. Like now, we're just starting to use it as a super powerful. You find it on Whole Foods, a little bag of cacao needs for $10.
Yeah.
Now we're making it popular, but the absolute benefits of it, we are yet to discover it.
Well, you look good. I mean, it makes you from here. You look vibrant. You look energetic. Your skin looks vibrant. You
Thank you.
what
Thank you.
what are
But it
some of
was
those things
not
that
the
is making you
same
feel?
4 years ago.
Uh
It
huh.
was not the same a few years ago. I was overweight.
Yeah.
I was completely disconnected. And I was still I'm a nutrition specialist. I am a life coach. I
Mm-hmm.
have all of this careers and knowledge that has guided me through my life, but I still got sick. I
Yeah.
got cancer. I got multiple sclerosis. I couldn't walk. My skin was not healthy.
Yeah.
My hair was not there. I had no hair at all.
Wow.
And it was really a journey that I tried so much products, and every product has so much chemicals. And when you're sick, you're in a sensitive place, and your body react to all of these chemicals in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I did was I started to do my own products. So I realized that I needed to do something really natural. And I remember my grandmother, she used to, blend the banana and put the things and put it on my hair, and like,
Yeah.
and one day, the cacao fell on my skin, and I had terrible, like, skin soreness. And it was like blood coming out. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was soothing and it was loving. And I was like, ooh, I am into something.
Uh.
And I opened a room in the office and
Uh
I
huh.
created a lab, and I was formulating, and I discovered the cacao has so many skin potential. And back then it was not so much research on
Uh
it.
huh.
And I started discovering that cacao make your hair grow because it activates the follicles in your hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I started discovering the cacao boosts your collagen, and that it has.
That's why it's working on the skin and the bones and the teeth and everything. Yeah.
Yes, it gives you
The joints.
elasticity, hydration is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So you're mixing it. You have your mixing gloves on. You go into the lab and you put all this stuff together. Where can we get it?
Oh, you get it everywhere. So we are in Amazon. You can put about cacao. The whole point is to keep it all about the fruit. This is not any other ingredient. It's 100% cacao.
Uh
And
huh.
what I want to say is this is medicine to me.
Yes.
And I want to keep it pure. I don't want to add anything else. So it's all about the cacao. And you find it like that in Amazon, write it together about cacao. You find all our products there. It's 100% sustainable. So you will not only be doing good for you, but to your hair.
Yeah.
So we have bamboo cups, biodegradable bottles. So it is all about nourishing yourself and
Yeah.
giving your skin what you need.
Is it in the health food stores?
It is not. It is in Amazon and online mostly, so you can find it also in aboutcacao.shop and .com.
Beautiful, beautiful. And where are you located now? Are you? It looks like you're in Florida or something like that, or one of the islands.
Oh, thank you. So the company is in New York.
Oh,
Uh, we are original from New York, and I am in Florida right
ah. I mean, I was looking
now.
at the plants and your surroundings and how,
Oh,
you
but
know,
believe me, my
it's kind
house
of
in New
cool
York
out in
has
New York right
many
now.
more plants.
Yeah, it's kind of cool out in New York right about now. So
Yes, yes, it is.
that's good.
So
That's
I
good.
have my book as well right here.
What's the name of the book?
It's called Walk Your Path.
Walk Your Path.
Past,
Walk Your Best?
past, like your past life.
I got you. I got you. So, what's it all about? What's in it? Give me a quick synopsis.
Okay, well, I was gonna leave it for the next interview, but
Well, you can
this
just touch
book,
it and come back and do it again.
yes, we come back. So we will come back when the book is fully released, but the book is about the process. What I discovered, I self healed from cancer. It was not only the cacao, I used natural medicine while I was doing research with my own body, and I healed myself.
Yes.
So through this process, I raised a lot of questions. What was it? Was the diet? Was it what I ate? Was it the plants? Was it the cacao? What was it? And what I realized it was that recollecting all my knowledge, walking my past, was what allowed me to heal.
Yeah. And it seems like it was a combination of mind, body, and spirit, since you mentioned the spirituality with the cacao and all that stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it is.
So when you walk in that, healing can take place. Because if you're
Yeah.
thinking negative all the time, oh, I don't know, get away from me, I don't want to see anybody, you know, it's hard for you to grasp hold of the healing that you need to take care of the body,
And
mind,
we
and
have
spirit.
Dr. Lee, we always have to remember that our body knows best. Our body has the ability to heal a wound. Our body has the ability to heal every part. So we have to trust and allow our body to do what it knows. It is to heal us.
Yes, beautiful. Listen, thank you for all that you're doing to help others, of course, heal up and get what they need out of life. And I'm sure I want to check it out, cacao, and we want to check this out too, the essence of self-love. Tell us a little
Yes,
bit about that.
yes, yes. We're going to have a beautiful event and a very important day, which is the October 10th. This event, it is to showcase cacao and the power of the cacao, the benefits of our products, and many other vendors and people that is in this world of
Yeah.
healing and mindfulness. So we're going to have speakers, we're going to have very powerful people. We have the Manifest Ninja, we have fitness, we have cacao, we're going to have live music, delicious food. So I invite you all to join us on October 10th. This event is going to be life changing.
Wonderful food spiked with cacao everywhere. You know, you can take a little chunk and everybody's smiling and hugging and carrying
Everybody's
on.
going to be happy, open hearts, and a lot of euphoria and ecstatic feelings.
I like it. Thank you so much, Diana Hadai. Thank you so much. We
No,
appreciate
my
you.
pleasure. Thank you for having me again.
Uh,
And thank you for sharing the powerful cacao with the world, Dr. Lee.
do it the Haidu way. The Haidu
Yes,
way.
yes.
Euphoria and the whole nine. All right, we
Yes.
appreciate you. Author, Holistic Medicine MBS, certified life and health coach. Diana Haidu, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Bye bye.
You got it. Come back again. And we'll talk to you very, very soon. We'll take a quick break right here, though, and I'll come back and hook you up with some more next on Open. And welcome back. How are you? How you doing? Hope all is well. of the Doc Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you are watching Open. We thank you and appreciate you too. Our next guest is the founder and CEO of the Globetrotting Dominicana LLC, and she joins us to highlight her efforts in environmental protection and sustainable and responsible ecotourism, and so much more. She does it all. The last time we saw her, she was here about 13 years ago or so. So please welcome to the show, Milka Rodriguez. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
13 years ago.
Yes.
What were you doing back then?
I was starting out my career.
Uh-huh.
I had starting out my career in the environmental sector here in New York City in the environmental justice sector. I was working for Sustainable South Bronx, organizing their 5K run walk at the time.
Yeah. You know what? Although it was that long ago, I remember that. But then you decided to get into something a little different, or almost the same, but your own business.
Yeah, no, I've been, pretty consistent with working on projects that are related to environmental protection and community economic development here in primarily like in the New York City and New York State. But I, throughout the years, I've developed like my own interests and my own passions, and travel has definitely been one of those.
Yeah.
And so this company that I started, Globetrotting Dominicana, is inspired by me because I'm the Globetrotting Dominicana. I've been to over 25 different countries, many of which I've visited either through backpacking, solo travel, or sometimes like educational opportunities that I've been able to land, like internships or fellowships or scholarships.
And when you mention backpacking, what does it mean? Just travel light?
Travel light with like a light bag or a carry-on or with a book bag, like
everything that you need in the backpack. Yeah,
pretty much, or in a small carry-on, or just like a smaller suitcase, a bag, smaller bag.
And you use for like a couple of days here, or a week here, a week here.
Yeah, I might spend like 10 days in one place, or I might spend like 6 days in one place, then move on to another country for 5 or 6 more days, and so on.
Yeah, how exciting is that?
It's very exciting. It teaches you a lot about yourself, both like being able to travel on your own, but also like educational opportunities for young people. And I've been able to participate in various different opportunities that came my way when I was younger, because I was open to them as well. And so these different types of experiences, either doing volunteering in a different part of the country or an internship outside of New York State, or even landing maybe like a research fellowship in the Caribbean. I've also landed several just kind of like educational and cultural exchange programs. I've secured them in Latin America as well as in Spain. And just these different types of experience have really broadened my perspective as to what was possible for me as a Latina, as an immigrant, as someone who's kind of, a young person being raised in an urban area. Sometimes not necessarily knowing of all of the many different resources and opportunities that were available to me. And so during the height of the quarantine, I decided to start working on like my own company because travel is a passion of mine, and so is education. And I, like I said, I had started previously my career in environmental protection, and I've been in that for the most part. And I've dabbled in other things like community economic development and like human rights work, and been able to kind of, combine these things. And I created a youth climate travel program. It's for young people who want to travel abroad to the Dominican Republic, where I'm from, to get a decolonized and sustainable perspective of climate justice in a kind of like global South setting. I created this because there aren't that many opportunities, I feel, for young folks to see how things are being implemented abroad. And also because, a lot of academia, a lot of the lessons that we get in academia are pretty much not written by people of color. A lot of these academic texts and scholarly papers are not reviewed by people of color. They're not written.
Just give it a different perspective.
Yeah, and I think a lot gets missed. And there's a lot of examples of climate leadership in the global South. For example, Barbados has been a solar water heater, a leader in solar water heating since the 1970s, for example. Nobody knows that.
Now we know. You just brought it to us.
Yes.
But that's why it's good for you to do the research and find out what these places are all about. when you tour, so you can come back and educate our public and our community.
Yeah, definitely. And so that's why I created this program specifically for young people to be able to travel abroad. And these are different, like 8-day or 15-day exchanges. And they can be doing a variety of different projects, whether it's like hands-on projects, workshops, meetings, just so they can kind of like learn more.
How did it latch on to something like this?
My own experiences. I've participated in similar programs, or programs that had like a combination of both cultural and educational exchanges.
So you do the research, you seek
Yeah,
it out,
I
you say these are the programs that others get involved in, and how do they reach out to you to latch on to what you're doing?
So pretty much, yes, I did all the research. I contacted as many different scientists and university professors and nonprofit executive directors and community leaders in the Dominican Republic. And I pretty much interviewed all of them. And based on what I gathered, I then decided, like, drafted out different versions of what the program could look like in different regions of the country.
Beautiful.
Yes. And we provide sustainable tours for the general public because, some people, it's really important to teach folks about like decolonized travel. And, the educational program has a really strong focus on decolonizing, kind of like the educational component of climate. And because you don't really get those examples in your American curriculum, but like the other side of the company is focused more on just like tours for the general public. And these tours are pretty much teaching folks how to leverage the power of their American dollar to invest in communities abroad, while at the same time traveling well.
Decolonizing travel. Why is it called that?
So the reason why, right, when we think of travel, especially when you travel to a place like the Dominican Republic, the perspective is that it's mostly a place you go to for luxury resorts, which is, there's nothing wrong with the luxury resorts, but when you really disaggregate the data, most of the funds that are entering the company in the tourism, in the country in the tourism sector, never really make it to the local communities. A lot of those stay with like those large international chains.
So you get there and you find out how people are really living, aside from the tourism and how they portray it on TV or commercials.
Yeah, so these are pretty much resort-free tours. We stay at accommodations at other parts, other locations such as eco hotels, glamping spots, beachside resorts, mountain cabins, and there's even like tree house hotels in the Dominican Republic. There's so many different types of accommodations that folks don't even know about. And folks don't know that there are so many ways that you can leverage the power of your American dollar to travel well while doing good. Yes.
What is this right here? I'm going to throw some pictures up here and tell me what it's about.
Yeah, so this is pretty much a picture just about our youth and climate and sustainability leadership training. So not only is it like exposing them to a variety of different environmental and economic development projects throughout the island and the places we visit, but it's also exposing them to like leadership training, because I feel like you shouldn't have to wait until you're done with your college degree to learn what's your leadership style.
Yeah. How about this one here?
Yeah, so this is pretty much referring to our we have a tour coming up for next year. It's a women's retreat, and it's a nature retreat in the southwestern region of the Dominican Republic.
Some of the guys in the control room, they said, we're going to see if we can latch onto some of these trips.
Yeah.
When you said women's retreat, I guess they could just watch from a distance, right?
Well, for this one, but we will be releasing more tours and retreats that are open to the public. This one specifically is for women. So these are like some examples of like the locations we'll be visiting and what's included. These are small private group tours, and these are pretty much customized to the dietary needs and also the preferences of our clients. And it's pretty much teaching them about what's in the island outside of the resorts and how you can leverage the power of your American dollar by investing in local businesses, local restaurants, many different types of local accommodations and artisans, and just like ecotouristic activities and businesses as well. There's much more to the Caribbean and also to the Dominican Republic than just luxury resorts.
And that's the 2025 LSU Profundo Girls trip, right?
Yeah, so it's called El Sur Profundo. which is the southwestern region of the Dominican Republic. It's a region that hasn't been opened up to tourists in the way that Punta Cana or La Romana or Puerto Plata has. It's a region of the country that is in very pristine condition still. And you will find many unique sites such as deserts. The folks don't know that we have sand dunes and like a mini desert in the Dominican Republic.
Wow,
Yeah, a lot of folks don't realize that we have a lot of endemic species that don't exist anywhere else in the world. And that's located in a biosphere that we share with Haiti. And it's called the Jaragua, Bauruco, and Riquillo biosphere. We also have many beautiful aquatic hiking trails, and it's pretty much an aquatic hiking trail that flows through a river, and it's a river with crystalline blue water. Wow. We normally don't see rivers with crystalline blue water, and it really speaks to the really high quality of the water in that region of the country. Yeah. We also have award-winning beaches that you can only get to by boat because they're remote in that region of the country as well as. And so
You've been there.
Yeah, so there's just like a lot of really.
And it's safe and everything?
Yeah, it's very safe, like I said, because we're doing small private group tours and they're customized and tailored to our clients. These are some pictures of some of the locations that we visit in our youth program. These are the 27 waterfalls of the Mahagua. We also would visit coral and mangrove restoration projects in Sosua, which is more in the northern region of the country. And it's a way for young folks to learn about like ocean protection, and also like these are just fun activities so that they can be exposed to these concepts at a younger age. I don't believe that you should have to wait until you graduate from college to then start doing internships and to then start figuring out what you like and what you don't like. You should be able to utilize your time in high school and also as an undergraduate to really explore these things. And I feel like leadership training at a young age is extremely important for young folks. Especially now in this economy where a lot of Gen Zers are having a hard time finding jobs. I think that there needs to be more support and also just more opportunities for folks to learn what is beyond their community. You know, what is beyond the Bronx? What is beyond Washington Heights? What is beyond Brownsville and Brooklyn? I participated in a program similar to that, and it was a full scholarship. And we pretty much traveled through Panama, Nicaragua, and El Salvador, and we met with a wide range of different stakeholders, including like mayoral offices, and we did a homestay with the indigenous community, and we visited various different just like human rights organizations and so on and so forth. And it really broadened my mind as to what was possible for me, as well as many of my other kind of travel experiences. And I think these trips, regardless of whether it's just like a fun girls trip to the Southwest or a full educational program for young folks, really, I really feel that they're very enriching for people's lives.
Yeah, I think so.
And you meet other folks that maybe are further ahead, or other folks who maybe have relationships and connections, or who have a way of doing things that's very different from your own. And there's a lot that you can learn from other people. So it's definitely great for like expanding your network. It's definitely great for just exposure to what else is out there. And also one of the things that I've noticed is like young people who participate in these types of programs, when they hit the ground running when they go to college, and they hit the ground running when it's time to find a job. It's a lot easier for them. They have more confidence and they have a greater self-esteem as well.
Before we go, they're going to wrap us up, but you have the internship program, right? It's a paid internship?
Well, yes, we are currently looking for interns. I think we're coordinating with the Colin Powell School in CUNY. I think they pay them a minimum of $18 to help us with a variety of different community outreach activities, social media, and also market research. We have a workshop coming up this Friday on sustainable and decolonized travel in the Juan Pablo Duarte Foundation in Washington Heights. And we also organize sustainable meetups for travelers or folks who want to get more into traveling. We have one coming up on October 15th. Beautiful. And that one specifically we're going to go to apple picking in the lower Hudson Valley. Yeah, and one last thing is on October 17th, we're going to do a beach cleanup for young folks. So like if you know of any high schoolers that would be interested in participating on a beach cleanup in Coney Island, and then we're going to do an educational exchange with the New York Aquarium as well.
I like it. Thank you for
Yes.
all that you do. Is this all on your website?
Yeah, it's all on my website. You can. Our website is globetrottingdominicana.net. You can also look us up on Instagram at Globetrotting Dominicana.
Thank you so much, Milka Rodriguez. All right. Milka Rodriguez, founder and CEO, Globetrotting Dominica LLC.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dominicana, I meant to say.
Dominicana. Yeah.
We appreciate you. Come back again, all right? Thanks
Yeah,
for
for
sharing.
sure.
It's been
Yeah.
wonderful. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more Open coming up next. And welcome back. You know, our next guests are co-founders of Join the Movement. And they're with us to speak about the work that they are doing to create a healthier community and highlight a recent 2-mile run for Suicide Awareness Month. So please welcome to the show Ife Akpovwa and Bimbola Bamgbose. Welcome to the show.
Thank
My
you for
brother
having
and
us.
sister, how are you?
Thank you.
Yes.
Good.
Listen, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into it.
So I'll start. My name is Bimbola Bamgbose. I was born and raised in the South of Bronx, so I'm a South Bronx native. I
South
grew up in a
Bronx.
Nigerian household. So my parents was very, very strict on education, and they're immigrant parents, so they came, work hard, and me and my 4 siblings was able to go through college just off the work that they did. I am also, stemming from that, I'm also a personal trainer, a physical education teacher, and an aerobic boxing instructor. So from that moment on, like after college and like just being able to express myself and find my own self, I was able to find that through fitness. And now I'm here just doing physical education, personal training, aerobic boxing, and my own organization called Bim Body and Motion. So I'm also there with that, but I connected with FA, and then he's gonna tell you more about himself too.
There you go. F.A.
Thank you, thank you. So, as Bimbola as well, the difference is I was raised back home. So I was born and raised back home in Nigeria.
Uh-huh.
I came here at the age of 9 back in 2003, and then moved on to started really building an interest in health and fitness around the age of 15.
Yeah.
Went on to get my bachelor's degree in health and fitness performance. And since there, I've been, with over 10 years of experience in health and wellness and community building. I just started really focusing on building my brand called Train to Go Fitness, where my goal really was to build a community where young professionals, specifically around the New York City area, are really empowered and educated on how to live a healthy and sustainable lifestyle. And which
Yeah.
also gave me the opportunity to really tap into other various talents and gifts that I have. One of them being that I'm professionally trained in dance and choreography, and I use that as well as part of the training process with training a lot of my clients. Because I notice a lot of people want to move, but all the time they may not want to really lift weights or do things like that, which is why Join the Movement was so essential, because we're looking to create something that could really provide various experiences and not just running and walking, a dance fitness class or boxing fitness, because Bim and I also box. I've been
Wow.
boxing since high school.
Yeah.
She actually had a whole boxing match as well. So we wanted to bring all of that sort of experience into the Bronx, because a lot of the time, I think the speaker, the Bronx native, I actually walk past his store all the time,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
made such a good point in the sense that a lot of times when people think of the Bronx, they're not thinking of a place to come into, right? To come into the Bronx and really figure out like they don't look at the Bronx as a space that they can come to and enjoy. And we want to bring that feeling and vibe to the Bronx as well.
Yeah. So how did you guys come together?
A
Oh,
networking event,
good
actually.
question.
It's funny how the 6 degrees of separation works.
Yeah.
I was actually supposed to meet her before I met her at the networking event, because we both had a mutual friend who's also a trainer.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to meet her, but life was lifing, or just our schedules were getting in the way. I could not meet her. Lo and behold, I go to a networking event to support a friend, Hugh Capital. They run networking events, specifically Bronx, New York City area. And a young lady just taps me, like, "Are you a trainer?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm a fitness coach." She's like, "Me too." And then we started talking about who we know. I was like, wait, I think you're the person I was supposed to meet like a month ago with our mutual friend. And then it just went from there.
Yeah,
Yep.
beautiful. All right. And then you guys got together and started planning on what you wanted to do
Yeah.
to help out in community building.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the main thing we're very big on. And I think Bim can really explain that.
Yeah.
I think how we even connected is because we were aligned. So like he told me about himself and what he wants to do in the community and why he's a personal trainer. I was like, oh my gosh, it's the same exact thing that I want to do. So that's when we came up with, like, first it started off as a run club, and like his friend gave him that idea, and then we got together, spoke
Hmm.
about it, and was like, you know what, let's do that run club in the Bronx, because
Wow.
the Bronx isn't represented as much. We always go to Brooklyn or Manhattan,
Uh huh.
and let's center it around fitness, where it doesn't always have to be a party, but we're showcasing what the Bronx is about. So
Yeah.
we just made that a movement, because we can't do it on just ourselves, and it's better to work as a team, but also bringing and building our community together. So that was the biggest thing for the both of us.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I mean, my producer knows that I'm into community building. I'm into boxing.
Ooh.
I was one
Oh,
of them.
all right.
Yeah, I did the amateur boxing. I did the police athletic league. I went into the Golden Gloves, and I was going to turn pro, but then the music bug
Wow.
caught me, and I said, "Hey!" and started dancing in a different way. But
Wow, that's
that's
dope.
wonderful
So
because
that means
you
we
got people
connecting.
we can connect.
We gotta connect.
Yeah, and plus I have that 43% too.
Have you ever had jollof rice?
Well, I've had it, but where can I get it? Because people make it differently.
Oh, we are
Ooh.
definitely gonna have to put you to the right places in the Bronx.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Also, with our event, we serve food as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Oh
So
yeah.
you're into healthy eating, healthy living,
Absolutely.
yeah,
community building.
Because one, if I'm gonna tell you to come to an event, get active, move around, I think it's only courteous that we feed you. So
yeah,
we have drinks, and it's not just that we have energy vitamin drinks. That way you're energized for the activity. We
Yeah.
also provide milkshakes. We're providing water. We're providing food. I think last time we had some small bites. I don't know if you ever had suya.
Oh, look at
yeah.
you.
Yeah, we had suya. We had a bunch of different African delicacies as
Uh,
well. So yeah, it was really great.
Beautiful. When's the next
Yeah.
one?
We're actually
Yes.
planning one coming up. Bim, tell them when are we doing
October
it?
October 12th, we're doing it.
Uh,
Same place, Pelham Bay Park. We're gonna have our tabling again, but this time it'll just be us saying join the movement, join the run, join the physical activity, join the nutritional health,
Join
just
the vibe.
join moving, join the
yeah.
vibe,
Join
right?
the vibes.
And my
So
father always said,
it's
keep it
big
moving,
on
keep moving. So very important. And I just saw
exactly.
something on
Motion
the
is
grill.
lotion.
What was on that grill a little while ago? Put that grill
That was
picture
the
back up,
suya.
Steve. Sasuya?
It's
Yeah,
called
it was the
suya.
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 We actually had a caterer. Her name was BU Bites,
Uh-huh.
and she actually offered it for free. So we collaborated. We was like, this is a completely free event. So we
Uh-huh.
was able to give like puff puff, spring rolls.
They have no idea what
Um,
that is, but that's like our little.
yeah,
It's a Nigerian delicacy.
this is why we partner up. This is exactly why we do the work. Because anywhere where I feel like I need some help, he'll come in. Anywhere he needs help, we'll come in, and that's how we able to really do the movement. Okay.
They feed you mind, body, and soul. Uh, so,
Hello.
Absolutely.
so you recently organized a 2-mile run for Suicide Awareness Month. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So mental health is something that we're very a big advocate of. Because as fellow trainers, we say this to people all the time. You can have a six pack, you can have abs of steel,
But if
everything. But
this
if
ain't
you're not
right,
in a mental space to
yeah,
really cope with your emotions and your decisions and behaviors, all that means nothing.
yeah,
And we also realized that September was also going to be Suicide Prevention Month, and we
Mhm.
wanted to really honor that because us being in our urban communities, a lot of times we overlook the impact of mental health and how it affects us.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
really wanted to highlight that and create a space that people can come and just commune and have a conversation, because I don't think anyone should be an island. And I think when you
Mhm.
have community, growth happens best in community, not in isolation. So we
Yeah.
really wanted to honor that overall theme of mental health and wellness.
Well, what do you think contributes to this? You think it's social media, not uh, being able to talk to people as much as we used to? Um, um, then COVID came in and we didn't go to work, we didn't go to school, we didn't come outside. People weren't interacting with one another. You know, there was something missing
Absolutely.
in our community where we weren't communicating with one another. And then when we came back out of COVID, everybody was like this,
Yeah.
you know, and we don't even look each other in the eyes too much anymore. You think
Absolutely.
that's a
I
major
think I
contribution
think
to what's
with
going on?
the pandemic really highlighted how much we need a human connection, how
Yeah.
we really
Yeah.
feel the need to stay connected, just to speak to one another. Because what happened from just even from what I saw training clients is that now that you don't have distractions and things and activities to do, you now have to cope with your feelings and thoughts that you've been locked away.
Yeah, yeah.
And if
Mm-hmm.
you've never had a healthy coping mechanism of really managing those feelings and experiences, all of
Mm-hmm.
that just comes out all at once during the pandemic. On top of us not speaking to people for long periods of time, we're not coming out of a year or two situation where people are losing social skills.
Wow, wow.
So it's a really multi-layered question. And especially with the winter coming, depression goes up.
Yeah.
Lack of sunlight, vitamin D, all of that plays a
Really?
role. So that's another reason why we even wanted to, because originally it was supposed to be in the summertime, but I think it makes even more sense now with winter coming and really trying to build a community for our
Yeah.
community, especially now things are getting colder. People may not have families to always be around. So just really creating a space where people feel like they can go
Wow.
and just commune with another people.
I like what you guys are doing in community building. You're doing it right. I love it. And
Yeah.
listen, give us the website. They're gonna wrap me up right about now, but give us the website before we go.
So we're currently
So,
still, Bim,
go ahead.
handle it for me. Talk to me.
No, I was gonna say that we have our Instagram page that you guys can follow where we post everything that you need for the movement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's called at join the movement underscore NYC.
Ah, there you go.
And that's where we post all the events that we're gonna have, what to wear, the weather, and just like if we have special guests who's gonna be there. So if you want to know more, that's the place, that's the hub where we're gonna be posting everything about Join the Movement, and
Ah,
especially more about what Efe was saying about mental health and like going into depression season. That's one of the biggest reasons why we also really started this movement.
well, listen, thank you guys so much, and come back and join us again, okay?
Yes,
All
We're
and
gonna get
right.
out
follow
there and
us on
run,
our
and we're gonna eat some of the food too that you guys put together.
follow us on our personal Instagram as well. Mine is Mr. Jefe, JEFE underscore underscore. That's Mr. JEFE underscore underscore.
There you go.
Nice.
Efe, Akpovwa, and Bimbola Bamgbose. Thank you guys so
Yes.
much for all that you do. We appreciate you and love you guys. All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you for having
43%,
us.
43.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, not to
All
me.
right. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. We want to thank our guests for joining us, you, our viewers, for tuning in and checking it all out. You can keep following us on BronxNet TV for continued coverage. And thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. Join our hosts, Kevin Arlene, Darren Jaime, Rena Valentine on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for new episodes of Open. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the choose. And remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. So say you can, and you will. I'm the Doc Bob Lee, and I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. I love you all. Peace.